Good morning everyone. Good morning sa mga viewers. Good morning yung andito sa City Library. Lalong-lalo na, good morning sir. Ma'am. Today's live talk, every Friday live talk. Last week yung guest was Mr. Chester from BSU Bukod. Ngayon naman, another pride of Baguio, pride of City Hall, si Ma'am Sir Arthur, siya ang guest ngayon. So, siguro siya na ang magpakilala sa kanya. So, Ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, televiewers talaga. Viewers, we are live through our BCPL page. We want you to be with us this morning. Keep it right here at BCPL. We have our beautiful Ma'am Daria with us. So, yeah.
Oh, sige.
Okay, so magandang umaga po sa ating mga nanonood, sa ating mga followers with the live talk. Well, in the beginning of this discussion, nagkakaroon po tayo ng confusion on how would be kung paano po nila ako i-address now. But then, let me introduce who really I am. But it's up to you on how you're going to take in your own understanding. However, this is my own preference on how could I be treated. So, I was actually named by my father as Arthur, but then I grew up to be named as July, and working in the City Hall as Daria. So, with that three names, that is already considered as one person. However, in the preference, if I would be rather choose to be called as sir and ma'am, well then it's up to the people. If you call me sir with that sound of respect, I love it. But if you call me sir with that ngisi in your mouth, sorry, that's another story. So, I would like to welcome each and everyone. So, open forum po tayo.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Miss Daria, we are really very honored to have you here. Matandaan mo rin, we went to your office the other day, and we felt that you were so receptive sa invitation. And thank you for being with us this morning. So, simulan natin about your job as a secretary, right? The secretary
staff,
of
yes.
Staff of Councilor Bumogan. So, how are you doing in your work?
Well, there are times that I question myself ba't ako andito? Actually, there are times na kinoconsider ko, bakit ako andito? What is my purpose actually? But then, as I go beyond, years by years, there's an instances where I was taught na your purpose is to be that person who needs to guide someone to be that person who is really a public servant. Then, in some aspects, ang ganda rin kasi nung feeling na out of your knowledge or out of your consciousness na nakatulong ka pala ng what do you think is that very simple. However, it helps the people, that client, nagkaroon siya ng impact sa kanilang buhay na hindi mo alam. But then when you're going to know their story, malalaman mo na yung simpleng papel na ginawa mo help them a lot to ease their problem. So yun yung kagandahan naman na nasa gobyerno tayo. Yes.
This morning, nag-browse ako dun sa newsfeed ko, and meron akong nakitang past article about the City Information Office ba yun, where you were featured, yung nag-alaga ka ng isang baby while the mother was processing her papers. So, diba? Ang ganda naman yun.
Actually, yung story nun actually is, dalawa kami with the client. Actually, client po yung ni Vice Mayor Olawan.
Okay.
And incidentally, I was in that area that time. However, nung kinakausap namin yung mother nung bata, hindi namin siya maintindihan.
Okay.
Kasi she cannot express kung ano rin yung kailangan niya. Kasi nga at that time, iyak yung bata.
Okay.
So yung parang sa akin, paano ka namin maiintindihan? Kung may nuisance, consider that time kasi yung iyak ng bata, hindi talaga kami magkakaintindihan. However, gusto niya namang patahanin yung bata, pero hindi niya rin magawa kasi gusto niya sabihin yung problema niya. So, doon na ako pumasok. So sabi ko, akin na yung bata para at least magkaintindihan kayong dalawa. So siya nang bahala sa iyo, ako na muna ang bahala sa bata. So that was the time actually that I am not aware na may ganung photos and posts. Nagulat na lang ako na, yan, andyan na.
Nag-viral na eh.
Yes. Then, yun po ang isang advice ko sa ating mga government employees, no? Sometimes we do have that clients na irritable, moody, sigaw ng sigaw agad. Sometimes, we really don't know what is their situation. Hindi mo alam kung saan sila galing. Hindi mo alam kung anong pinagdaanan nila that morning before going to your office. So sometimes, and yung talagang ina-advise ko sa ating mga kasamahan sa gobyerno, lalo na yung mga staff ng mga public officials, we must have to put ourselves in their feet. So before creating another interpretation on how they express their problems, bumalik muna kayo sa kanila. Paano ba sila nakapunta sa opisina? So ask them. Para alam mo naman kung paano yung approach mo. Kasi like for example, namatayan yan. Example, which is actually nangyayari. Namatayan sila at wala silang kamag-anak dito sa Baguio. Diba? Ikaw marami kang kamag-anak sa Baguio. Kaya hindi mo alam yung feeling na siya, hindi niya na alam kung anong gagawin niya kasi hindi niya maiuwi yung bangkay. Kasi they must have to pay their obligations kung it's either the hospitalization or sa funeral. So, hindi mo alam yun. Then sometimes we say na, imposible naman na wala kayong kamag-anak. Which is really actually happening. Imposible na wala kayong kamag-anak. Diba? Pero kung ikaw yung empleyado ng gobyerno na kailangan intindihin mo muna yung problema, balikan mo muna siya. So, paano kayo nandito? Para maintindihan mo siya. Na kaya ganun siya kakamiserable. Kasi, she's all alone or he's all alone. Fighting for their problems. So sometimes you can never reach naman yung mga tao na kamag-anakan natin kasi hindi naman nila tayo obligasyon. Ganun po. Kaya minsan, mas magandang maging badiw. Kasi mas nakakaintindi ka. Sorry. Next question, ma'am.
Oh, yes, sir. Sir, no, do you have any question?
Go on.
Totoo yung sinabi ni ma'am. Kahit dito sa library din, ganun. We are dealing with different users na. Totoo yung sabi mo na dapat talaga maintindihan natin yung mga client natin. Kasi sometimes, lalo na sir, siguro na-experience mo parang arrogante sa una, pero may ganun pala talaga magsalita o may pinagdadaanan, ganun. Kaya siguro yung mahabang cordon, sabi nila.
Yes.
So, punta tayo sa kasi Pride Month na yun. Ano yung how do you feel about the existence of LGBT community? Kasi, ano yun? Marami nang may batas na yung accepted yung LGBT, meron pa yung anti-bullying. Ano yung masasabi mo?
Actually, kung babalikan ko yung pagkabata ko,
No, sige, sa bata mo.
kung babalikan ko kasi yung pagkabata ko, is that I am that person lang na who just trying to express kung ano yung gusto ko sa buhay. Diba? Kung ano yung preference ko. So I'm not fully aware on the environment na meron pala na kailangan i-distinguish or kailangan i-accept. Kasi when I was young, typical na yung mga nangyayari is that they call you on street, like for example, bakla-bakla. Diba? How did I manage? Sagot ko na lang kung lalaki siya, bakit lalaki? Diba? It is to stop. Pero wala akong pinaglalaban before because I really don't understand on the preferences ng mga tao. On how does the environment treat those persons. Basta sa akin, pinili ko ito na ito ako. So then, kung as of this moment, the question is how do I feel on the acceptance? Well, frankly speaking, we are not that fully accepted because there are still boundaries. However, we are accepted already as part of the community. Unlike before, na basta kami salot, period. That is their way of thinking. However, today is that we are accepted as part of the community. So we are being considered to be involved in activities, programs. We are welcome to express ourselves. Yes. However, I would like to remind those members of the LGBT that sometimes acceptance is already enough. Okay? Acceptance is already enough because that is the process where they're going to respect us. They have already accepted us, they have already respected us, then do not ask for more. In the glimpse of an eye, which is very impossible sometimes.
Yes, that's right.
Diba? Kasi kung minsan, kagaya po sa akin, actually I'm speaking in my own personal capacity. I'm not representing any organization, any office, any group. I will say this as my personal perception in life. Hindi ako pinersa ng mundo para maging ganito. But I choose to be like this.
It was your choice.
Yes. So why am I going to force the world to understand me? If I do not let myself be understandable, be reasonable. In some other cases, like for example, I was invited before in a public hearing representing as private, not as an employee of the government. There are some deliberations and arguments that establishment should have a separate CR for LGBTQ. So ilan ang LGBTQ? LGBTQ+++. So anong gagawin ng establishment? Gagawa sila ng walong cubicle for that purpose? No. Hindi sila nagne-negosyo to address that certain issue na ikaw naman ang pumili. Eh ngayon naman is very considerate naman yung mga ibang establishment.
Yes, that's right.
Kasi kung ikaw ay papasok doon with your intention na gamitin lang yung CR, wala namang mali siya doon. However, kung papasok ka kasi doon na may mali siya or kung ano man na iniisip ka, iba na yon. Pero kung ang pilitin mo ang isang establishment na gumasto para lang sa CR mo, parang that's too much. We are already accepted. So, huwag mong hayaang mundo ang mag-adjust sa'yo. Para irespeto ka ng tuluyan, para isupport ka ng tuluyan, then accept what is on the table. Then doon natin isa-isahin na pag-aralan kung ano ba ang pwede nating i-improve. Ganun po yung sa atin. So, I repeat, I am not speaking here representing or being a representation of any groups, any office, any agencies. I am speaking here at my own personal capacity.
Yeah. In the law of the land, meron tayong Magna Carta for women. Right? So, dito sa Magna Carta for women, na-integrate yung GAD, Gender and Development Program. So, dito sa Gender and Development Program, dito yung as empowering, equitable, sustainable, free from violence, respect for human rights, supportive of self-determination and actualization of human potentials. And as it seeks to achieve gender equality. So, yung gusto kong i-highlight yung isang word doon, yung empowering. Okay, so how do you empower yourself as a member of the LGBTQ community? Kasi ngayon, di ba, may wrong notions pa rin yung mga tao na, ay,
hindi mo yung matanggal.
Alam mo yung sinasabi nilang, she will never land. That person will never land a good job. But here you are. Kasi bago kami nagsimula, we were talking about Ma'am Daria's profession. She worked alongside Councilor Bumogan for how many years already?
Since 2016, bahala na kayo magbilang.
Oh, okay. So, Ma'am Daria, you will not stay there for this long kung hindi ka nagugustuhan. or if you do not have the credibility as
Sana nga,
a
boss.
employee.
Baka naman.
Yeah, shout out sir, baka naman.
Nandun siya sa airport ngayon, nakatungangan.
Oh, okay. So ma'am, how do you empower yourself as a an employee for not only for Councilor Bumogan but for the whole city?
Speaking of empowerment kasi, you can never empower others if you're not going to empower yourself.
That's right.
So I am that person, he is self-empowerment advocate.
Okay.
So it will start in you. Like for example, how could you be loved if you don't share love? How could you be respected if you don't show respect? Ano yun? Di ka lang ang anak ng Diyos? Di ba? For me is, I would like to empower myself. For me to understand, ano ba talaga ako? Ano ba talaga ang problema sa akin? So, eventually, paano ko siya i-resolve? Paano ko siya gagawa ng paraan na ma-overcome? Then after that, how could I use this to empower also others with the same or different or with alike situation? Diba? Kasi ang problema dyan, empowerment. However, ikaw na empleyado, hindi ka empowered. So what's the story in you? So what's the story in you na kailangan, pag ikaw ang nagsalita sa harap, is that they will say, ah, yes. Okay? So kasi kung ikaw ang nakikita nila sa opisina, na wala ka namang nagagawa, tapos ikaw pa ang magsabi na ikaw ang may ginawa, which is very sin, na sa office nyo is wala ka naman talagang ginagawa. How could you say may trinabaho ka? Eh kung wala naman. So when it comes into empowerment, you can never empower anyone if you haven't empowered yourself. Kasi you will never understand their cases, the situation, the problem, kung hindi mo inintindi yung sarili mo.
So in other words, yung empowering is you have to walk your talk.
Yes,
right? Like,
definitely.
You are the model, you are the example. So whatever light radiates in you, yun yung makikita mong balik, di ba?
Yes.
Yung balik sa'yo. So, ma'am, meron ka bang mga experiences like people came to you and appreciate you? They told you that you are a good person and you are a good example to them, you influence them. May mga ganun ba so far?
Actually, before, wala akong pakialam kasi sa ganyan eh. Kasi yung sa akin, andito ako bilang empleyado ng gobyerno, tatrabahuin ko ang trabaho ko and period. Kung ano man yung naitulong sa inyo, okay, be it.
Okay.
Never ko kasi hinarap na bumalik kayo sa akin at sabihin yung isortan. Na someday you will go back to me and you will say thank you to me. That's not that kind of attitude I have. However, meron at meron. Yes, meron at meron mga kliyente na yung simpleng sulat na ginawa mo. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina, gumawa ka lang ng simpleng sulat. Kasi gamit mo yung template ng office nyo. Di ba? In-accommodate siya dun sa office na sinulatan mo. And dun sa accommodation niya, natulungan mo siya at the whole process. So yung malaki niyang problema, out of your knowledge, is nawala because of that single paper you had made. Yun ay hindi ko alam actually yung effect. However, nung may pumunta sa akin, telling that story, dun ko nakita na yung impact pala ng ginagawa namin is sometimes na kahit tinext mo lang yung tao, could give a very big impact that would probably a memory for them na kahit papaano, may mga tao sa gobyerno na gustong tumulong at their very simplest way that could be possible na makatulong sa kanilang malaking problema. So sa akin naman, kumbaga, which is actually bawal, yung iba is magugulat ka na lang, may na food panda, eh wala ka namang in-order. Eh, binigyan ako ng halaman. Eh, lahat naman ng halaman na hinawakan ko, namamatay. So, ang ginawa ko, pinost ko na lang dun sa group chat ng department. Kinuha na lang nila para masigurado ako na maalagaan nila. Kasi pag nasa akin yan, is masisira. Hindi siya what do you call that, yayabog. There are times also may nabibigay ng kung ano-ano. However, sa akin, that could be already siguro considered as a token because hindi mo naman hiningi.
Yeah, that's right.
Kasi kung hiningi mo, uy, gobyerno, bawal. Di ba pag hiningi mo siya? So, yung mga gano'n, doon mo na na-appreciate na may ginagawa pala ako.
That's right.
May ginagawa pala ako.
Yes, sir. And di ba, sir, ano yun? It's a manifestation that you are influencing them for good. Kasi may mga bumabalik sa yung positive.
Yes,
Positive
yes.
things.
Yun na yung yun na yung sinasabi natin empowerment eh.
That's right.
Kasi may ginawa ka sa kanila, so at their end also, at their part, so gagawa rin sila something good to others. Hindi man sa'yo, but at least to others. Kasi, so, the word of kindness, actually yan yung isa na pinanghahawakan ko since I imagined myself na nasa gobyerno talaga ako, is the word kindness. That word kindness will be understood by all people if you're going to share it. Sinare mo sa isang tao, gagawin niya naman sa isang tao, gagawin niya naman sa ibang tao. So, yung spirit of kindness is that actually speaks for equality na eh.
That's right. Yeah. Yun yung
Now, we never choose. We never choose the gender. We never choose the ethnicity, the culture, on how or who are we going to provide that love.
So yun yung may movie kasi na paying it forward. Pay it forward. Yung halimbawa tinulungan mo ako. It doesn't necessarily mean na tulungan din kita. Pero I will reach out to others and then those others reaching out to others also. So parang ganun yung concept natin ng kindness. Not necessarily coming back to you. Yeah.
Because kung hinihingi mo rin lang na bumalik sa'yo,
Hindi sincere.
mapapamura tayo eh.
That's right.
Mapapamura lang tayo. Sa totoo lang, life tayo hindi pwede.
Kung naman tinulungan kayo, tanak kayo tulungan. Di ka kasdyan.
Actually, there are some cases, like for example sa amin, na yung tinulungan mong tao, binastos ka pa. However, sa akin, yun nga, balik tayo sa sitwasyon na hindi mo alam kung anong meron sa that time. So siguro, out of his consciousness, na dahil may problema siya, stress siya, kaya siya may nasabi against you, na without thinking na ikaw pala yun, taong nakatulong sa kanya. But then, sometimes kasi is, kung bibigyan mo rin lang ng stress yung problema mo, huwag ka na lang lumabas. Diba? Just keep yourself in your comfort zone. Kasi, ang gulo ng environment natin eh. Ang gulo ng environment natin. Like for example today, accepted tayo. Sabi natin accepted tayo. Pero hindi ng lahat. Pero hindi ng lahat. Kasi hindi rin natin masabi kung bakit hindi rin nila ina-accept pa as of this moment to some other persons. Kasi hindi natin alam kung ano yung naging karanasan nila to the LGBT community members. Like for example, nagkaroon sila ng away dun sa isa, but then however, siya is very close-minded na kinonsider niya na lahat ng member ng LGBT is ganon, so we can never force them. There are some instances, however, yun nga yung sinasabi ko ulit, you have chosen that own preference. Pinili mo yan, kagustuhan mo yan. So you must have to learn on how to play the ball with respect. That's it. With respect.
So anyway, do you have any other question bago po iba to yung $1 million
Wow.
question?
Totoo yan yung about yung acceptability sa amin. Nung bata kami, parang ang tingin namin sa LGBT, parang yung nabubuli nga eh. Pero nung college ako, nagnalak yung kapatid ko, paglaki niya, nalaman namin na Barbie game. Saka doon namin na-realize na yung sabi ni Ma'am na kung yun ang gusto niya, bayaan mo na. Kasi kung pipilitin mo yan, paano kung iba yung ginawa? Napunta sa iba. Ganon.
Ma'am Dari, I have an utmost respect actually. I have an utmost respect to people like in the LGBT.
Thank you.
Yeah, in the first place, I have a lot of friends talaga
Yes,
na
yes.
nakakatulong. You know, our family doctor is, without dropping names, my family doctor takes care of our family. Kaya buhay pa ako ngayon. So how will not I love them for that, for doing that to me? They are really good people. Now, mapunta tayo sa let's talk about support system. Like for example, may mga kagaya mo na hindi inaccept ng family. Like the mother was heartbroken upon finding out that her son has turned to nag-member ng LGBTQ ganyan. And during our time today, may mga support system na. Family is number one. Like, it should be from the family. Kasi kagaya nung sinabi ni Sir Nue, if you will not give that support to that person na nasa LGBTQ or iba yung preference niya. Paano pag natagpuan natin sila sa streets? Wala silang bahay kasi hindi sila accepted sa bahay. So what about you, Ma'am Daria? What's the support system that you have?
Sa amin, typically, guro. We are not that very much person who shows affection. So as long na we live together, that is already considered acceptance. As long as they give you respect, that is, for me, yun na yung tinatawag kong acceptance. However, when it goes to the story, medyo pangit yung pagkabata ko. Yes, because I grew up until such that my father died, I never considered that I was accepted, actually. Yes, because every Valentine's, every Christmas, every New Year, ang lagi niyang nire-request sa akin na regalo ko sa kanya is magpakalalaki ako. That's it, up to the moment he died. So, hindi ko alam kung when it comes to support system, is accepted na ako. Diba? Does my father support me? Does my father accept me? However, pinalaki niya ako eh.
Yeah.
So, he provided for me. So, sino ako para magsabi na hindi niya ako tinanggap? So, nung namatay siya, inisip ko na lang, ang gusto niyang regalo is yung magpalalaki ako. Pero kung sa support system, I found his support. Kasi when I was young before, diba, pag recognition day, very happy naman siya na may medal ka, may special award ka, nasa buong angkan mo, ikaw lang, ibakla ka pa, diba? Ikaw lang yung aakyat sa stage, sometimes ganun. So, parang dun naman, na makikita mo naman na proud siya. That's already one of my support system. Yun nga lang sa akin kasi, yung parang mali na lang sa akin, is he died, na hindi ko pa narinig na I already accepted you. Pero hindi na yun yung hinihiling ko. Kung ikaw yung tao na marunong umintindi ng sitwasyon, hanapin mo na yung ibang aspeto na kung saan sa iba niyang pamamaraan, ipinapakita na tanggap ka niya at mahal ka niya. Kasi never ka niyang pakakainin kung hindi ka niya mahal.
Yeah, that's right.
Ganun yun.
Yeah, and as they say, action speaks louder than words. So, yung mga actions pa lang nila is already a manifestation that they accepted you. Kahit wala yung verbal na, tinatanggap na kita.
Yes po. So, when it comes to work naman, actually, one of my greatest fear, that I was invited to be employed. No, di ba? Sorry, kayo nag-apply, ako na-invite. Kayo napakahirap ako na-invite. Okay, so, when I was invited actually to enter the world of government, isa po sa inisip ko is yung takot ko kung paano ako i-accept ng gobyerno, ng mga empleyado. Because nung nag-roam around ako within the vicinity of City Hall, HSO, Sibaw, City Engineering, sorry hindi ako nakapunta dito sa ring, I never saw cross-dress employee. Wala akong nakitang cross-dress na employee. So sabi ko, kung papasok ako dito, wala akong rubber shoes. Wala akong flat shoes. Ang meron lang po ako high heels. So how could I probably adjust myself? So ang ginawa ko na is that before I finally submitted my requirements, kinausap ko muna yung supervising administrative officer natin. And I am so much happy, hello Ma'am Carmelita Laconsay, na she has that heart of accepting who am I. So, she gave me advice. So, this is the do's and don'ts. So, ganito. So, bawasan mo yan. Dapat hindi ganito, dapat hindi ganito. And I don't know na ang government employees before is covered by ORA or something, civil service laws. And I'm not fully aware of that because I came from private. So, I'm not fully aware of that. Tapos, hello Ma'am Edith. Pumunta ako pa Ma'am Edith. She was the OIC that time. Then, at that time, sabi niya sa akin na government does not discriminate persons like you. However, you must have to be ready kung ano yung maririnig mo. Kasi kung papasok ka talaga dito, ikaw lang yung member ng LGBT na long hair. Okay, speaking of gay, na long hair. na cross-dress, na may dede, nagkikilay. Kasi, lahat ng inikot ko actually, they are gay, however, they dress like a man. Diba? Hindi sila cross-dress. Kaya, within my 6 months, nagtsaga akong bumili ng rubber shoes and everything. Flat shoes. Then, ang ginawa ko kasi is, ayoko namang biglain yung gobyerno. Na bakit may ganito dito na empleyado? Diba? Kaya ang ginawa ko siya, inunti-unti ko siya. So, inunti-unti ko siya hanggang sa na-introduce ako. Hanggang ngayon, na isa sa pagkakakilalan ko, ay nakatakong. Na kung minsan, pag naka-flat shoes ako, hinahanap nila yung takong ko.
Or identity mo na.
So, naging identity ko na yun. Pero ang ginawa ko kasi, is I had that my transition. Huwag mong biglain yung tao. Magpakilala ka muna. Diba? Ipakilala mo muna kung sino ka, then wait. Okay, then nagkikilay ako, then may dede ako, nag-heels ako, cross-dress ako, before mo i-finalize yung ganun outlook. At that moment, hindi sila mabibigla.
Yes, that's right.
Oo, kasi ngayon sinasabi ko na huwag mo silang persahin, itanggapin ka. But you must have to make your own ways also for you to be understood and to be accepted. Kaya nga, sabi ko pa, one of that time, sukatan ng uniform. Sabi ko, ito na naman. Ano na naman gagawin ko dito? Sabi ko, however, tapos nung, di ba, binigay na tayo ng design. Then fitting, okay. Fitting, walang pakialam. Uniform, wala akong pakialam. Iniisip ko kung paano ko siya ipapa-repair. Oo. Ang iniisip ko na agad, kukunin ko yan, anong repair ang mangyayari. Kasi na hindi niya sisirain yung terminology na uniform. However, if medyo para maging girl. Kasi I was expecting before na yung ipapasuot sa akin is uniform ng lalaki. Then doon na lang po ako nagulat. So I am encouraging every members of the LGBTQ+, na huwag kayo matakot pumasok sa gobyerno. Kasi sinukatan nila ako sa uniform ng babae. Hindi nila ako sinukatan sa uniform ng lalaki. So at that very moment, alam mo na talagang tanggap ka na nila. Yes. At that very moment talaga, alam mo nang tanggap ka nila. So in return, you must have to work also naman para sa department mo. So yun ang ginagawa natin.
So you reciprocate the kindness that
Yes, of course.
they
Yes,
show
of course.
to you.
Oo, kasi nasabi ko hindi lang ito ang anak ng Diyos.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Kung ano yung binigay sa'yo, gumawa ka ng paraan para maibigay mo naman. Hindi man sa taong yun, pero nakapagbigay ka.
That's right.
Obligasyon na yun.
Yes, ma'am. And yeah, considering 2016 ka pa, nandyan. 2016. So that's how many years? 7 years. 7
Something
years.
like that.
Yeah, 7 years already. So that speaks of how you perform in your work, di ba? You should be a very efficient employee.
Sana mo. Hindi ko alam.
Yeah, and by the way, shout out natin yung mga kasama mo na hindi naniniwala na nandito ka ngayon.
Yes, actually.
Practice.
Yes, actually, kasi may practice kami for such intermission on the flag raising ceremony. However, hindi sila naniniwala na may ibang appointment ako.
Oh, yeah.
Ang alam siguro nila nagdadahilan ako, hello, sige lang, tuloy sa pagsayaw.
That's right. Keep it
Sayawin
right
lang
here.
natin kung ano ang sayo ng ating buhay.
That's right. Keep it right here hanggang matapos namin si Ma'am Daria. And we will return her alive in the City College.
Yes po.
Okay. Ma'am Daria, punta ulit tayo sa iba. Sir Noe, do you like to ask Ma'am Daria about her hobby? Kasi before kami nag-start, we were talking about sports, about other stuff tungkol kay Ma'am Daria. So, Sir Noe, may question ka? Kasi naglalaro kayo ng volleyball.
Hindi question yan. Parang papalastas.
Okay. Go.
Noon, Daria, yung sport fest noon.
Okay.
Akala ko babae. So, at may babae kaming kasama sa volleyball. So, yung sabi niya, mahaba yung buhok at saka ano yan, na-plancha?
Hindi. Natural.
Natural.
Uy, sana all, ma'am. Ako nagpapaliban talaga.
Pero maganda yung buhok niya eh.
Oo, maganda talaga.
Siya, nung buwan, magaling si Daria. Kaya, pero siya nga yung nagpapatalo sa amin. Magaling itong sa volleyball. Hindi ko alam sir kung, ay ma'am, kung yun ang hobby mo. Pero magaling ka sa volleyball, wala nang Namimiss ko yung laro natin na spike mo eh.
Actually, when I was young, elementary days, I was actually a player and up to high school.
Volleyball.
Yes, volleyball talaga.
That's why.
Before I tried taekwondo, badminton,
Okay.
and so with others. Pero yung first love ko kasi na sports is volleyball. So when it comes to volleyball, pag binigyan mo ako ng bola, maglalaro talaga ako.
So, mag-set nga kayo ng araw yung merong, kahit hindi liga, yung laro-laro para makapanood naman ako.
Hindi, manood ka sa sa
Kailan?
Yes, this coming mini Olympics, so I'm hoping
Oh,
na
okay.
ibigay sa atin yun ng mga organizing committee.
Oh, so when will you launch the Olympics?
this. That
Within
is
this
based
year?
on the sports division.
I see, okay.
Pero kung manood ka, dapat may poste na ako kasi kung ma-spike eh,
Diretso sa
puntahan
ulo mo.
Hindi, nalaing ang aglisi. Nalaing ang aglisi nung umalikibola na niya.
Okay, so ganun, pati speaking sa tanong mo kanina,
Yes.
hobby. I don't know kung may hobby ako eh. Hindi ko kinukonsider kasi na hobby, basta ako gawin ko lang yung gusto ko. That could never harm others. Na kailangan na, for example, wala kang gagawin the whole day, na wala kang intended schedules or what, nandun ka lang sa bahay maglinis.
Yeah.
Nandun ka lang maghilata.
Yeah, actually.
Yes, you go with your friends, do what the things you love. Kahit naman ano, na one is, I don't consider them as a hobby, I consider it as
Normal
my-
routine
yes,
lang,
yes.
every day.
Wala nang hobby-hobby, ganun sa akin.
Yeah. Are you a productive person, like everyday may ginagawa ka? Ayaw mo yung nakatenga kapag walang work?
Depende sa sitwasyon. Kasi kung minsan, like for example, if you are going to make paperworks, yung mentality mo kasi kailangan tapusin ko to eh.
Okay.
At ayaw mo istorbo. Kasi pag once na may umistorbo sa'yo, lahat na na-construct sa ulo mo, normal sa atin yun, lahat na na-construct sa ulo mo is actually parang nawawala. So hindi naman ako yung tao. Kasi when you're going to pressure yourself in doing such particular works, deadlines, and everything, at the end of the day, you are going to see your output na that's not actually yung output mo. But when you're going to carry it out happily na something na you take your time, yung ganun, ay mas maganda siguro yung output. Pero hindi mo naman sasabihin na ikaw yung tao na trabaho ng trabaho, you must have to take your own break. Tao ka eh. Hindi ka artificial intelligence na kung saan ay pinindot ka is tapos na, gagawin mo na lahat. Hindi ganun eh. Because yun ang maganda rin sa atin na kung huwag mong i-pressure yung sarili mo. Kaya yung sa mga nag-i-interview sa mga empleyado, pag nag-a-apply sila, huwag niyong tanungin yung ganung question. Yung work under pressure, eh ano babaliwin niyo yung empleyado niyo? Diba? Babaliwin niyo yung empleyado niyo regardless of their capacity or understanding. Hindi eh. So kailangan tanggalin niyo yun. You reward that. Kasi lahat tayo nape-pressure dito. Yes. And we have different ways on how to manage it. Kung minsan it causes stress, anxiety to other employees. Dahil you keep on pushing them. Yes, you believe they can. However, in that particular moment, they have that situation wherein they cannot concentrate. So you must have to consider that also. Yes. Gumising niya na may hangover. Sa tingin mo ba makakatrabaho ng maayos? Like for example, gumising niya na may sakit yung anak niya, pero nagtrabaho pa rin. Do you think? No, sometimes we must have to consider general situation. Huwag natin isipin na porke kaya mo siya. Ay, porke alam mo kaya niya.
Yes.
Na you're going to pressure. So parang sa akin is that, take it easy.
And
Take it easy.
yan yung binanggit mo kanina na try to put yourself in their shoes. Yes, like you empathize with that person. Isipin mo kung ako kaya yung nasa kalagayan niya. Or ano ba yung context niya that day? Ano kaya yung nasa sa loobin niya that day, di ba? So, it's really important.
Yun
to
nga
understand.
actually yung isa na lagi ko rin nire-remind sa boss namin na you serve with kindness, with empathy. We serve with good governance, but a governance with a heart. Because a good governance can never be good without using your heart. If you're just using your mind. Yun actually yung ulit-ulit namin na actually hindi na hanggang ngayon hindi namin magawa ng slogan. Kasi you need to take words na which is very applicable that could probably give impact into others. The word accountability, how could you incorporate it? Because you must have to be accountable in every actions that we do, in every words that we do. Yun yung isa sa mga struggle ko actually. That is one of my struggle, being an employee under the supervision of a public official. Kasi yung struggle mo is, sometimes yung identity mo is hindi na ikaw. Kasi ang sinasabi nila is ikaw si staff ni ganito. You will never identify who you are. You were never called in by your name. Ay, siya pala si staff ni ganito, siya pala si secretary ni ganito, ay siya pala taga City Hall. But you were never named by you. Kaya yun yung isang struggle ko before na in every actions that I do, it would represent the government already. Na hindi ko na ulo yung ulo ko. Yung ulo ko is ulo ng boss ko. So during my transition, nung pumasok ako sa government, is talagang ang dami mong sinacrifice. Pero hindi mo yun isa-sacrifice kung hindi mo talaga mahal yung ginagawa mo. Kasi kung hindi mo gusto magbago, kung hindi mo gusto baguhin yung pamamaraan mo, then probably wala ka dito. So, yun yung sa akin na. Again, that's my personal experience.
Yeah. You know, ma'am, you have a very positive, proactive personality. The persona in you I see is a proactive person. Yeah, so, here you are today proving to our friends na people in the LGBTQ company are productive people.
Yes.
And they have a significant contribution to the society.
Yes. One actually, isa pa pala sa mga question mo kanina hindi ko nasagot is the white collar something.
Yes,
Now what
okay.
is my
How can you land a job?
Yes. Because actually, when I was young, isa yun sa mga tanong kasi kung bakla ka, alam nila manicurista. Ang alam nila parlorista. That is actually one of my fear before also. Pero at least, nung sa akin talaga, nung tiningnan ko yung sarili ko, actually. Tiningnan ko sa sarili ko, because that is one of my question, hanggang dito lang ba ang kakayanan ko? So nung tiningnan ko yung sarili ko, inuna ko yung identification ko. And that time wala akong ID. So I felt not human. Kasi there's no such identification document that prove kung sino ako. So I started securing. So nung at the process, sinabi ko na mag-a-apply ka, you have to provide requirements. So habang nagpo-provide ka ng requirements, one of the most being read or being clarified is your identity. Diba? So yung pagkatao mo. So nung sabi ko, kung hindi ko itatry, kung hindi ko susubukan na pasukin yung iba, so ang pagkakakilala lang pala sa amin is hanggang sa parlor lang. So doon ko nakita na what is the use of going to school? What is the use of finishing a course, a degree, kung hindi mo rin lang ito gagamitin? Kung sa parlor ka rin lang. Eh, ang mostly is yung ganyan is self-taught eh. You don't need to learn that. Yes? Nag-makeup din ako. Image artist din po ako, but I never go to proper education for that. However, self-taught. So, isa yan sa mga sidelines ko. Weddings, pageants, and everything. So, yung parang sa akin, kung hanggang dito ako, paano ako? Alam mo yung, ito pa ang isa pa, nung nag-fill up ako ng PDS ko, personal data sheet, tapos wala kang maisulat. Tapos sabi ko, so ano ako? So, why am I here? So that motivates me actually to accept learning. Accept learning na hindi porke matalino, alam mo yun, ibig sabihin nun, ikaw na yung pinakamagaling. No. Diba? So, yun sa akin is, ginamit ko na yun as platform para mag-explore. So ngayon, pag titingnan na yung PDS, what is medyo may mamayabang naman na din tayo because I've been to how many, na rin, with the years in service, at least I have gained a lot of learnings, yun tayo. So while Well, yes, isa pa pala, I encourage you to embrace continuous learning because when I was here, I studied actually.
Yeah.
So, natapos ko rin yung master's ko. So, parang that master's put me into the platform na magkaroon din ako ng other opportunity. So, ngayon, I was affiliated to other companies. So, nagle-lecture din ako. So, one of the best fruit of my sacrifices, nagle-lecture din tayo all over the Philippines. So, I be traveling Palawan, Boracay, and to some other areas para mag-lecture. And you were being paid. So, that's my motivation before, na kung saan noon, tinatanong ko ang sarili ko, ano ako? Sino ako? Bakit ako?
You have proven.
Yes. Yun na yung mga ngayon is nasasagot na actually.
That's right. You have proven your own identity. Right?
At my own expense.
Yes, at your own expense and at your own preference. So, thank you because you broke the, alam mo yung you broke the chain, yung sinasabi nila na hanggang dyan. Diba kasi kung minsan judgmental ang tao.
Yes.
Ay, day tanga tao, ba't hanggang ka lang, Arlo. Although hindi natin pwedeng
hindi
maliitin.
lahat.
At saka hindi rin natin pwedeng maliitin yung sinasabi nilang PMA. Because these people are working hard for their living.
Tas
Hindi
marangal
sila
naman siya.
nagnanakaw, marangal yung trabaho nila. So, who are we? Diba? Who are we to judge these people? And, you know, you elevated kayo, yung guest namin the last time, si Manchester, and you elevated it, nag-level up kayo. You did not only stay there where you are, pero you discovered more, you empowered yourselves more, and here you are today as people who are really very productive and contributing a lot significantly to the society.
Being productive kasi sa akin, ang terminology ko, ang pagkakaintindi ko kasi in the term productive is that when you provide learning, with the simple doings that na ginagawa mo in everyday your life. Kasi you can never say you are productive kung wala naman silang nakikita or natutunan sa'yo. So, you can say you are productive if those words you say was put it into action unknowingly. Hindi yung sasabihin mo na, ay sinabi ko kahapon mag-make up ako, so mag-make up ako ngayon. No, pero kung hindi mo, pag wala kang sinabi mag-make up ka ngayon, then eventually tomorrow nag-make up ka, yung parang something gano'n. Oo. Na huwag mong i-insist yung words na gagawin mo. Let that word of action, must be put into action na hindi mo pinipilit yung sarili mo. So that would be one of your first step to be that inspiration to others. To be that person who is productive. Kasi kung wala rin lang resulta that improves yourself, improve each other's life, improve your environment, then I don't consider that as productive.
How nice. Thank you, ma'am, for that. Parang meron kaming Miss Triona Gray ngayon dito sa Baguio City Public Library. Anyway, ma'am, si Sir Noe may i-introduce siyang mga books that we have here in the library. Particularly, we got this from the God section.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you been there?
Actually, no. When I was young, elementary, high school, yes.
Pero
But not
wala
at this
pang-
moment.
Yeah, wala pang God. Anyway, ma'am, you can take a look mamaya. We can show you around. And we took those books, we took these books from the God department, from the God area here sa taas. So, Sir Noe, would you like to discuss some of these books?
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, in Baguio City Public Library kasi, meron yung kasabihan natin na sa Baguio City Library lahat kasali. So, walang discrimination dito. Lalo-lalo na sa mga collections. So, if you come to visit the Baguio City Public Library, maraming section dito. So, isang section is yung God, Gender and Development. So, ano naman itong Gender and Development? Ito yung section na ito is caters books about yung LGBT. So, sa ngayon, marami yung collection natin pero mas maganda na you visit us para makita. So some of them, ito, The Global History of Sexuality, the Modern Era. Although this is foreign books, pero maganda siya.
And I have another here. It's another foreign author, Sean Fay, the transgender issues. And so, Ma'am Daria, if you have the spare time, you can come here again to the library to visit, and we assure you that these are good reads for you.
At saka hindi lang naman foreign authors yung nandito, meron din Filipino authors gaya ni Margarita Go, entitled A Different Love, Being Gay in the Philippines. Maganda rin ito. So, recommended.
Yes, another recommended is Philippine Gay Culture. Okay, this is authored by a Filipino in the person of Neil C. Garcia. So, yeah, these are just some of the
marami pang collection,
good reads.
collection. So, time flies.
Yes.
You want to wrap up before Daria will...
Yes. Sir John, paki ano na rin yung certificate nandiyan sa live kasi, kaya kung ano na lang sinasabi. Okay. But anyway, Ma'am Daria, as I said earlier, we have $1 million question for you. So are you ready for the $1 million question?
Hindi pa ako nabuhay siguro ng ganito kahabak, hindi ako ready.
Oh, okay. So simple lang naman yung $1 million question because we are really impressed and amazed about the person you are. So, describe yourself in one word. Can you think of a word that best describes you as a person?
Pwedeng dalawa, tatlo.
O sige, kung hindi pwedeng isa, okay, one sentence.
Hindi. Or actually, I was asked before, pero I do not see actually the right word who could describe me.
Hindi pa na...
Pero kung ako yung tatanungin as of this moment, if what word best describe me?
Yes. It could be an adjective or a noun. Oh,
I consider myself as a mirror.
Oh, okay, good. Mirror.
Because I am that person who is very straightforward in speaking.
Okay.
So pag ayaw kita, ayaw kita. Then I will explain it to you. And I'm trying to because you're like this. So improve on this. So ganun kasi ako. Very straightforward kasi ako. So kung ano yung nakikita ko sa iyo, nitadirect ko.
Okay.
Yes, that's one of my strategy also on how to let the people transform. Kasi kung minsan kasi, di ba pag tayo nananalamin, we are faking ourselves actually. You consider yourself as beautiful. Wow, ang ganda ko. However, in the eyes of the others is not. So we must have to be that person who see ourselves, who really we are. So I consider what describes me most is a mirror. Because kinikilala ko yung sarili ko. So I understand myself, I will know myself, for me to be able to transfer that mirror to other places. Sa kilalanin mo rin yung sarili mo, alamin mo rin kung sino ka. So, at that point, at least, you know where to grow. You know where to improve. You know on what aspect are you going to be involved in. Na kung saan yung capacity mo, capabilities mo is mas mag-work out, mas magiging makakatulong. So, that's for me. So, in one word, I consider myself as a
mirror or salamin. Well, that's metaphoric kasi di ba ma'am yung mirror. It's a very metaphoric object. So, ako kasi, I would agree to what you said na kung ano yung nakikita mo sa mirror yung talaga. So, for me, in the morning when I wake up and look at the mirror, nakikita ko yung imperfections ko. So, paano dahil video ko ba? Yung mga ganun.
Okay, yes,
diba?
yes.
So, metaphoric talaga. So, in real life, ganun din. Kung ano yung nakikita nating imperfections natin, we'll do something.
Yeah.
We'll do something about it.
I say it also mirror kasi kung minsan mapandin lang.
Yeah.
Di ba? Kaya wag niyo akong lalaruin.
Wow!
You don't know what I can do.
Wow! Okay. So, yeah, mirror is an object that
As of this moment.
Yeah.
Yun ang alam ko.
Actually, marami pa eh. The kind of person you are, it's not only one word. I only asked one word kasi kulang na tayo sa oras. But actually, there are a lot of words that could best describe a person.
Thank you.
Okay, so, yes or no, do you have any more?
So,
Or
before-
may question ba sa ating audience here?
Naman, baka damit.
Wala po. Nagpintas ka ron ni ma'am.
Oh,
Mag-joke ka, ah. So, ano?
Thank you very much, Ma'am Maria. We truly happy that you came here to us, our guests. Salamat launay. Hindi lang ako, marami akong natutunan dahil sa kanya. Especially yung perceptions ng LGBT. I truly salute you, ma'am. So, before we end, baka ano yung gusto mong sabihin sa community or
Yes. Ganito na lang po. I will speak generally to the community, not only to the members, or I'm not speaking only because I am a part of the LGBT community. I will speak as a person. Okay, so isa lang po yung gusto kong sabihin sa lahat, na kung ikaw yung tao na nangangarap ng respeto, magbigay ka ng respeto. Kung ikaw yung tao na naghahangad ng pagmamahal, ibigay mo yung pagmamahal. And in everything you do it with kindness. Because I believe that there's nothing goes wrong when you use that kindness in your heart. Because sometimes, that kindness in your heart will be that simple light that could possibly open the eyes of those who are in their darkest areas. So, for me, that's it. If you want to be served, you serve. You serve first before claiming to be served. So, sa lahat po ng mga hello sa atin lahat. So, be that person whom you know who is productive regardless of your gender, of your ethnicity, of your age, of your race, of your religion. As long na ikaw yung tao na naglalakad, na ginagamit kung ano ang dapat, wala akong alam na problema na hindi mo makakayanan at wala akong makikitang problema na pwedeng ibato sa'yo na kung saan na madedegrade ka. So, just do everything with kindness and nothing goes wrong.
Thank you. Yes, and in behalf of the staff of the Baguio City Public Library, spearheaded by Ma'am Easter. Ma'am Easter, shout out. Okay, the staff kasi, the female staff of the BCPL is in Bacolod today for some library-related activities din, seminars, library-related events. So, yun na siguro. Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
for...
thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Actually, nung sinabi yung sa ako, sabi, ba't ako? So, dami ng tao, ba't ako? But then,
You're the right person.
Sabi ko nga,
Yeah.
is that
Nagkamali.
maybe they have seen something on me that could be possible.
Yeah, that's
also.
right. Yeah, and Ma'am Katz, we believe in her credibility too. Like, when she refers somebody else, we know that it's something worthwhile. So, thank you for...
Sana nga po, sana nga po.
Yes, ma'am, and we hope that this is not the last time that you will come to visit us.
Yes.
Okay, anytime we read books together, we play, lalo yung volleyball together. And we eat together
Pwede.
too.
Oo. It's not with this speaking of particular something because we have that celebration of Pride Month. Pero kung ano yung pwede naman natin pag-usapan.
That's right. Yeah, in any occasion, pwede tayo magkakasama.
Yes po.
Yes.
Pwede rin mag-gin.
Pag-usapan natin mga yan, ma'am. Okay. So, lastly, sir, maybe we can present the certificate for...
maybe before we can present, we like to remind that yung contest natin na spoken poetry,
Oh, okay.
pwede pang mag-submit hanggang next week ata yun. So, samantalahin habang meron yung mga ganyan na contest.
Yes.
Meron namang, hindi naman sa prize, pero pride.
Yes, that's right. Oh,
So-
shout outs to Kyle Marsan kasi nagtatanong siya kung hanggang kailan yung deadline. So Kyle, pwede ka pang mag-submit ng iyong entry until next week, right? Until next week.
So, in appreciation, ma'am, we would like to present this one. Certificate of recognition is awarded to Arthur Daria Lakbang in grateful appreciation for sharing invaluable knowledge as a guest during the live talk in celebration of Pride Month 2023. Given this 23rd day of June 2023 at Baguio City Public Library, signed Esther Wahaina Pablo, City Librarian.
Thank you, ma'am. It's an
Thank
honor
you.
to have you here with us.
Okay.
So that ends our live talk. Thank you for being
Thank you,
with us.
thank you.
Thank you for keeping us in the background. Until next Friday. Bye.